George Pasadakos. Okay, I'll get that yet. Okay, hey, George, thanks a lot. George is here from Apex Technologies Management, and you are the Director of Sales and Marketing. And thanks for joining us today.
My pleasure.
And people are saying, well...
And what does Apex do?
Yeah, that's what they're saying. Well, okay, who's Apex?
Sure. Apex Technology Management is a local technology company, and we provide what's called IT managed services to small and medium businesses. So what that means is a small or medium business is using more and more technology today to run their business, be efficient, compete, and we provide the services that keep all of their systems, their servers, their software applications, their networks running on a day-to-day basis as they grow and expand. We're there to do the projects for them, so it's very difficult for a business in that size range, which is for us typically 20 to 200 employees, to field a talented IT staff with their limited budget. So that's where we can come in, and we are essentially their IT department on a day-to-day basis. So we take care of all of their machines on a daily basis. They can call into our help desk if any of their users are having issues. We monitor everything 24/7 to make sure it's running, as you know.
Do you build programs for them and things like
this? Like web pages, advertising, those kind of things?
No, we don't do the software development or the web development. We're more of keeping the infrastructure running, building the systems that would run those applications. So we work with partners to do the actual software development or web development.
All right. But you guys are really good at this.
Yeah, we've been. This is our 25th anniversary here in Reading, so we're very happy.
Did you know that Apex was here for
25 years? No.
Yeah, so started out small as just technology support. People would call us when something breaks, and we come out and fix it. But migrated over to the managed services model, which is much better for the business owner. The more smoothly and efficiently and reliable their network is, the easier it is for their team to get their jobs done.
And they don't have to worry about it.
They don't have to worry about it. We take care of that for them. You know, usually we find out about an issue that's starting to develop with our proactive monitoring before they even know anything's going on, and we're able to take care of that.
So what kind of problems are you talking about, George?
Servers that get installed and run key applications. Maybe it's a medical office that has an electronic healthcare records, or a store that's got point of sale system. If those go down, they're not able to see who's coming through the door on their schedule, what the appointment's for. So we keep all of that up and running.
And can you do that on site, or can you do that from where you are, or both?
We do both. We handle on site and remote, but about 80% of the work that we do is all remote through the technology that's available today. We can remote into any server or workstation at our clients, and it's just like we're sitting there in front of the monitor and keyboard. And a lot of the times we'll get alerts from our automated tools that are going to tell us, hey, the disk space is running low on a particular server. And it's much easier to fix that before it runs out, crashes, now they're down, what are their employees going to do? So we'll get that alert, fix it, they keep running.
How about something that streams? Like we stream all the time.
Yep.
So on our server, sometimes we get clogged.
Yeah. Yeah, so streaming obviously is network intensive. So part of that, the services we provide is to manage that network for them. So we're looking at the bandwidth that they're using. What are they streaming? Are people trying to get work done using a cloud-based system, but 40 other employees are streaming in Netflix movies at the same time, and they're not able to get their job done. So we have tools that can manage that traffic, let us know what's going on, and really make sure that they're hitting their business objectives. That's what we're all about, is letting the business owner get back to running the business they started for that reason, not dealing with the technology headaches.
Okay, so how about storage? Do you take care of the storage too?
Absolutely, yeah. That's a big component. We need to have more and more storage these days. Multimedia files are getting larger and larger, pictures, police departments with body cams. I mean, everything out there takes a lot of storage.
That right there is, I'm glad you mentioned that, because of all things that have to do with the body cameras and all the little questions that go around. The big question is, how are you going to store 10 officers on an 8-hour shift with all the things they're going to be recording
around the clock, and how
and
long
how
do you retain
long
that?
do you retain that?
Yeah.
Is that 2 years?
How
5
quickly
years?
do you need to be able to get at it?
Yeah. And what's the security around that, right?
Yes.
So there's a lot of issues with storage, and that's definitely one of the things that we deal with.
We're here with George Papadakis, and he is the Director of Sales and Marketing for Apex Technology Management, which has been in town here about 25 years, and is one of the top-rated companies in, is it the world?
Yeah, in the space that we are. Yeah.
In the space, in what they do. We're going to take a quick
And they've
break.
been in Reading for 25 years.
And we're going to come back and talk a lot more about Apex, but I also want to talk about the cloud. Okay, you're with Apex Technology Management, which is, okay, tell us what you all were just recognized for.
Yeah, so you guys have all heard of J.D. Power that surveys quality of cars and all the auto manufacturers. Well, the version of that for our industry, IT Managed Services, is a company called Penton Technology, and it's called MSP Mentor, Managed Service Provider Mentor, and they have a lot of services for companies like ours. And every year, they come out with their top 501 list, global list of the top IT managed service providers in the world. And they go through and they look at your books, your financial stability. They interview clients to find out how good of a job you're doing. They look at your employees and your staff on the certifications that they have. So they look at a big cross-section of your business. And we ranked at number 260 in the world.
Wow.
In the world.
In the world.
In the
and
world.
This counts Los Angeles, San Francisco, Silicon Valley companies.
It's the big boys.
We are.
But you're also talking about Beijing and other places.
Everywhere.
I mean, you're talking everywhere in the world.
Absolutely. London.
That's just
what a
outstanding.
distinction.
It really is. Now, and here you are running with 25 people, around 25 people.
Yep.
Technology here in Reading, the North State, Shasta County. You know, everybody talks about, oh, gosh, you know what, if we can just find people with teeth.
Yeah.
But there are a lot of tech jobs out there, and a lot of tech things going on around here.
There's a lot of tech things going on, and, you know, what business doesn't need technology to exist and do their job today? So it's growing. You know, it's not just a service, hotel, restaurant economy up here. There's a lot of technology now, and we're growing. We had our best year ever last year, and the year before that was the best year before that. So we're really growing. We have some aggressive growth plans. We're actually expanding into Central California right now, so we've hired our first technician down there in Salinas, and we're going to run the organization from Reading. This is our headquarters.
And we'd rather have you expand this hub, but what are the problems that you face in trying to do that up here?
Yeah, finding qualified people is one of our big issues. We have 4 job openings right now, from entry-level help desk technicians that take our clients' calls on a daily basis to senior networking engineers. And these are really...
So these are guys that need to know, or men and women that need to know coding, HTML, all these things, right?
Microsoft Server technologies, networking, Cisco networking, SonicWall, variety of things, VMware, which is server virtualization, cloud computing. There's just a lot of technology.
You will
out
take
there.
somebody that's got the basics, and we'll bring them in. Basics or above, and you'll bring them in, and then you're going to bring them into your own company's. I guess we'd say your own company's history, your own company's needs. They'll have the basics, but then you will get them through certifications too.
Right. Yeah. Many times we'll hire somebody and they have general IT skills or maybe some certificates or specializations in a certain area. We bring them on board. We're really looking for a culture fit with our company and the work ethic that we need to be successful and some technology experience. And then we will work them through different certifications from the manufacturers that are out there. And this is one of the values in an IT career is measured by what certifications you have when you're a technician. So Microsoft.
How many systems are you familiar with?
Yeah, exactly. And have you trained on, taken a test, passed, have experience with? So.
What about hiring veterans?
Veterans, we have probably 7 or 8 veterans at least at Apex, and that's a big thing.
I'm really,
Veterans Day,
thank you.
We honor them.
Thank you for doing that.
Yeah.
I appreciate that
because
a lot of places, for some reason, they don't realize what a veteran brings. And I brought an article in I'm going to talk about later on this week about how down in Silicon Valley right now they are seeking out those military that have been in special ops and other places because they're at that point where they're trying to grow, like where you all are at 25, ready to explode, where they're bringing in people that, one, understand IT, but also understand team building.
Yeah.
And how to obtain objectives.
Team building and structure and work ethic and just getting it done.
You know, this has been building in our area for some time, and I remember 8, 10, 12 years ago where people were saying we didn't have a workforce available here. One of the main things when we interview people about moving their companies up here, what they're looking at is that workforce.
Yeah.
They're looking at what kind of qualified people do you have. I think that's a message we don't often hear in Shasta County. They think we're all set, but we just don't have any business coming in, and there's a reason.
Yeah.
So we need to build that base for our people. And there are companies here available, as you indicate, who are willing to take somebody in at an entry-level, basic knowledge, technology kind of thing, and then train them to do all the other things.
As long as they fit the culture of the
business. And the culture, but you said a couple of really important things there. You talked about work ethic. That's a biggie. I'm sure you have a dress code of some kind.
Sure.
I mean, there's responsibility. Somebody's going to show up for work. All the kind of things we need to be talking about in the workplace.
Yeah, and being professional, and we call it our customer obsession culture. The customer is our main thing. Our goal is to make them successful with technology. We don't want to just be geeks and talk about all the feeds and speeds and everything. What is going to help that business and that organization accomplish their objectives, and how do we use technology to do that?
And your people have got to be able to say it. They can't be just the prototype computer nerd that's in a basement someplace.
Comes in and moves a bunch of buttons and walks out.
Drinking Red Bull. They have got to be able to project what you want. Yeah. This is exactly the type of thing that Redding is poised on, and Shasta County is poised on. But people don't realize it. We have got a lot of businesses just like Apex. Not as good because y'all been at this for a long time, and you've been recognized throughout the world.
260 in the world.
I mean, that's great. And see, people don't ordinarily. I just saw that. I think it was a press release.
Yeah, we sent out a press release. I'm director of sales and marketing,
and I saw that. And I saw that, and I thought, you know what? This is this is big. Anytime we see things like this in town, like the Venture Hub or what Joe McKenna's doing with the CloudWise Academy to provide people for businesses like y'all's there, and then also to reach into the community to start getting people into this. It's and so it gives us that workforce. Now, if we can just get somebody to put that high-speed
fiber optic
cable in here.
We do.
Now, would you all be hooked into that?
Yeah. Today we have a fiber optic connection. So, we have about the best connection you can get up here, and it's solid. It's 100 megabit up and down, very reliable. We have backup in case that goes down.
Where do you get
that? And many of our clients have it, but it's expensive.
Yeah.
Okay. And if it's not run to your location, you may have to wait, 1 to 6 months.
How did you get it?
We ordered it from AT&T, and we had to wait 4 or 5 months, and they ran it to the building and turned it up. And but there's some other initiatives afloat that would bring it to the masses and make it much more affordable.
Well, Adam McIlvain is talking about this, and we always ask Congressman Lamalfo, it's $2.5 million, or even if it's $4 million, to get it from the railroad tracks to the center of town that people can then tie into.
Yeah.
Yeah. To me.
Money well spent.
Yeah.
I don't understand why people are not leaping on this.
Sure.
Anyway. Okay. George, thanks so much for being with us today.
Yeah, my pleasure.
And it sounds like, how do people get a hold of you, though? I mean, I picture new business out there going, gosh, I could really use some help.
Yeah, no, absolutely. The easiest way is go to our website. It's www.apex.com. You can call us at 530-248-1000. And we're pretty easy to find if you Google us. So.
And they could just call you, and you would come to their business, have a discussion with them about because a lot of times when you're starting a new business or you've got a small business, you really don't know what you need. You don't have what you need.
So call us. My team on the sales side will come out, and we'll figure out what are you doing with your business, where are you heading, what are your objectives. How can we bring technology to bear to help you accomplish that? And a lot of people will think that, this is just going to be so expensive, but you'll be surprised.
And so complicated.
Because you can scale it down to each business.
We'll help you save money by not having to staff up with full-time employees, and be in that same situation. So
probably pay you a retainer to be on available.
Yep. We have different ways of working with clients. So.
Perfect.
Okay, we're here with George Papadakis, and he is the Director of Sales and Marketing for Apex Technology Management, 267th best company in the whole world, not the United States, but the whole world, right here in Reading. Thanks a lot, George, for being with us.
You're welcome. My pleasure.